Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you the numerology forecast for June 2024. But before I do, two things. Firstly, many apologies for no May 2024. I'll come back to that. And also, let's take a recap, a look at what 2024 has in store for us. It's an 8 energy. How do we know this? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. 8 is the number. It's ambitious, determined, influential, courageous, prosperous. It's the manifester, loyal, tough, tenacious, strong, and respectful. The flip side, because there's always a flip side of any of these numbers, is it can be demanding, controlling, egotistical, pretentious, vain, oppressive, dictatorial, intimidating, power hungry, and harsh. The lesson I'm suggesting this month, based around the 8 energy, is to really understand, whilst the 8 is the number of money, career, and manifestation, know abundance comes in various forms of richness and wealth. Money, image, status, and power may not be what they seem. Now, we only have to look at how the celebrities right now are losing their millions, their status and their images are crumbling. Back in April with the 3 energy, I highlighted what was happening to the British monarchy, what is happening to the music industry. Diddy, J-Lo, the Kardashians, Drake, Lamar, Lucian Grange, Jay-Z, Jaguar Wright. Have you looked up Jaguar Wright? We're going to throw one more into the mix now, Robert De Niro. I don't know if you saw him standing in front of the courthouse where Trump was with regards to January 6th, etc., shouting out Trump, but he was shouted down by many people that support Trump. I said 3 was the number of gossip, but with what I just shared with all of those names, is it gossip? Or is it the power is falling? Do you remember I said that this year my theme is who has the power? So who has the power in the monarchy? Where's Kate? She's been missing for over 160 days now. Have you noticed that what comes out? There's a lot of mixed up stories going on. What is the diversion? And just if that's not enough, with both Kate and Charles having the big C, along with a couple of other members of that family, our Prime Minister, Sunak, has decided to throw in a general election, and the Royals have said now they cannot be out doing work because they don't want to take focus away from the election. Well, honestly, the Royals should have nothing to do with politics and should carry on doing their job. After all, the British taxpayer is paying a substantial amount of money for them. Where is our money going? I also said that the 3 energy can cause you to feel scattered. I know I was scattered. I was meant to move on the end of April, and I did. However, a house did not come my way, and I was staying calm, getting organised, packing, sorting, etc. And 6 days before, which funny enough, the last time I did this was 6 days before, with nowhere to go, had to find another solution. Luckily enough, this place that I'm in was available, and between me and the owner of the place, we've got a win-win situation going on here. But I was scattered, and I thought all my furniture was going to move in here. And the day before, I literally had a meltdown. It got too much. I didn't know what to do with all my possessions. So much stuff ended up going into storage. Some stuff has come here. The stuff that the removal men decided they couldn't fit in their van, which I don't understand why, when I had less stuff than when I moved in with, went into my neighbour's garage. And I've been backwards and forwards sorting out various things. Why have we not had a video before now? Well, first of all, I couldn't find any of my equipment. Secondly, initially, I didn't have internet. Thirdly, I'm in an apartment block and still have a sea view, mind. I'm in an apartment block and there is building work going on in a flat, which makes a lot of noise during the day. On top of that, with all the stress, my body got scattered as much as my possessions. I tore ligaments, slipped a disc, and literally have been in agony. Back to that chiro helping me along with stretches and all sorts of exercises to help me feel better. I wanted to create a video, and there was an argument between my ego and my higher self, and my higher self won in the end because the ego wanted to put the video out. And I thank each and every one of you that personally messaged me under a video or in a different format asking if all was okay. It wasn't okay. There was many things that was going wrong, but because last month 4 energy was about grounding, I took the month out to ground myself. So back here now, ready for June's energy. Did you ground yourself? Because you really did need to lay some roots, because the 4 energy is crucial as it is about foundations, structures, roots, stability, planning. If you recall, back in 2020, I said the most important system to focus on was your immune system. I've learned to listen to my immune system, and my body was really struggling last month. I have a number of autoimmune challenges, and I did share a video of a talk I did at the Best You, which some of you have watched. In that, I shared that I have autoimmune challenges, and it was interesting that while I was packing up, I had various podcasts playing in the background and listened to a number on health and well-being over the 2 months of packing and realigning myself last month. One of my autoimmune challenges is Sjogren's. I've got fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's, and a whole number of tags, and I choose not really to pay much attention. When I was diagnosed with Sjogren's, I was just told that it was dry eyes, dry mouth. Thanks to, I believe it's Serena Williams, that's not the case, because she's highlighted a whole bunch more of the symptoms, which explains why I have trouble breathing and why when they said we have to wear a mask, I went to my GP and said I can't do it. And I was told you don't even need to be ill, you can just have an aversion to wearing masks and you don't have to wear it. It's not compulsory, it's just a suggestion. I never wore a mask. That doesn't help my breathing. Any slight gradient caused me a problem. With all the aches and pains in my body, I have come to also learn while I pulled ligaments and slipped a disc, with the autoimmune challenges I have, my body is in constant pain. It's actually hurting me right now while I stand here. With Sjogren's or fibromyalgia, they are tags, labels given to something after they've done all their normal tests and can't find an answer. So really, you don't have a diagnosis, but you are in pain. What I've come to learn is the pain is coming from the brain. Don't get me wrong, it's intense, it's crippling, and it hurts. But I've been working on exercises to focus differently to overcome the pain. This came about when I was watching a video about a 14-year-old girl, athletic, doing really well, etc., loves sports, woke up one day with shaking legs and no one could touch her legs. She ends up in Great Ormond Street Hospital and they couldn't fathom it out. The physio couldn't, the doctors couldn't, and then they called in a specialist physio and she decided to put her leg in a cast. This particular young lady went through a lot of pain in that time, but the doctor kept saying, you've got to train your brain away from the pain. Anyway, she eventually managed to retrain the neural pathways, the nervous system, away. Eventually, the cast comes off to her relief, and now she's walking normally again. If you have got pains in your body, I've said this to you before, it's an energy block. Everything is energy, and energy is the most valuable currency we have. Forget time, forget money, it's energy. And that's why I share all this through numerology. When you can understand the energy, and especially your own core numbers, you actually have the guidebook to live your best life yet. So talking about energy and grounding yourself in May, did you do the same? The 4 is about foundations. It's about the roots. Go back and look at the roots of your traumas, the roots of your blocks, the roots of your stuckness, the roots of your relationships. How are the roots working for you? If you're feeling ill at ease or dis-ease, listen to your body and the insights and ahas form. With me, with my autoimmune challenges, the body wants to give up. When my chiropractor says, well, what is it that you're holding? Maybe you should have therapy talk, etc. And I said, therapy talk doesn't help me. Somehow my soul knows that this world, this external world, is not right for us, the people. And that's why I am on these videos, hoping to enlighten you, to awaken you to the true essence of who you are and what you're connected to. And while I mentioned the monarchy earlier, the monarchy should have no power over you. You are a sovereign being. I am a sovereign being. In the eyes of source energy, our creator, we are all sovereign. We are all equal. Now, that doesn't mean our life is equal. That doesn't mean what we do is equal. And it doesn't mean we all have the same skills. And numerology can really help you understand your own guidebook. Now, 4 comes before 5 for a reason. Every number builds on the previous. We need to build foundations. And if you built some foundations, if you grounded yourself, if you got out in nature, because we did have some lovely weather here in the UK. I don't know about where you are, but we had some lovely weather to get out, and I was able to get some brilliant vitamin D on my pale skin, so I'm feeling much better. 4 comes before 5, and if you've grounded yourself, you'll be ready for June. Now, June brings in a 5 energy. How do we know this? June is the 6th month. We add this to the 8 of the current year, and that gives us 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So we've got a 5 energy this month. Expect the unexpected. Be prepared to act in the moment. Now, if you are caught off guard, this can bring challenges and upheaval this month. But if you have grounded yourself in May, living in the moment, then things may work out and look really good for you. June ushers in adventure, adaptability, creation, passion. It's risk-taking, not so good with the 8 there, because you may not think before you do things. It's about communication, it's enterprise, magnetism, resourceful, it's unrestrained, and it's about freedom. The flip side of the 5 is addiction, drama, extravagance. It's erratic, fake, force, scattered, inconsistent, unreliable, non-committed, intolerant, conflicting, and chaotic. The lesson I'm suggesting, based around the 5 and the 8 energy this month, is be honest and authentic. Whose dream are you following? Think about that. What does freedom really mean to you? What does rich mean spiritually? Ask yourself, do you enjoy your days? Not all of them. Which days do you enjoy and why? Do you enjoy your life? What works well? What does not work well? Do you need a change? 5 suggests turnaround, new direction, big change, opposite change. If something is not working, let it go. It's time to take it from a different angle. If you keep tending your partner, your career, your projects in the same way and not achieving a different result, that's insanity. So it's time to turn left instead of right. It's time to go up instead of down. It's time to ask instead of wait. Or it's time to wait instead of bulldozing in. What are you overly used to? Have you got stuck in your known zone? Are you stuck? Is the world an illusion? June is not just a 5 energy, it's a 14-5 energy. It's a karmic debt. What goes around comes around. Let's look externally in the world. What do you think the outcome will be of Trump's hush case? Will he be imprisoned for 20 odd years? Is it highlighting the corruption of the court system? Or is this case set as a precedent for all past presidents? Or will this change the legal system? Expect the unexpected. What about Diddy? How did he rise to fame? Who did he trample on? Who did he... Diddy. Oh gosh. Who did he? You just gotta laugh. Who did he? P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. Who did Sean Combs trample on to get where he is? How did he get to be so wealthy? And how does it appear that his wealth is dissolving overnight? Is the world an illusion? Who has the power? I generally believe the power is shifting. We will see new progress on suppressed issues, news, and truths. Who has the power? That should be your mantra right now. Who has the power? In every moment, who has the power? Do you say yes when you mean no and no when you mean yes? Have you set your boundaries? The boundaries are for you, not necessarily for other people, but for you to know when you're being pushed against. Also know that your boundaries can confine you. So, like a house with a growing family, you need to push them out from time to time. Change them. Who has the power? Many have had the power for a long time and not in a good way. And it looks like it's beginning to crumble. Here in the UK, we have been told that there is going to be an election. And interestingly enough, it's on the 4th of July, Americans' Independence Day. That is when America broke away from the British Empire. At least that's what they thought they did. Look at your taxes for reasons to show you that that wasn't quite the case. Is this an opportunity for us, the people, to move away from the system? Who has the power? For way too long, the power has been in certain hands. That hasn't really helped the people, not just in my country, but in every country. That said, can you feel the shift of power taking place? If you do not feel it, may I suggest that you take time out, you get off the hamster wheel. 5 is about relocation. Maybe take time out and go on a holiday this month. Go away, go to a retreat. If you can't do it as a holiday, do it as a weekend. If you can't do it as a weekend, do it as a day off. And if not, overnight. Find meditation groups, find calming yogic groups, find spiritual places to go, to refocus you, to bring you back within yourself. It's time to exit the old program. Now, I'm currently living in a home where the contents are Welsh. But anyway, there's a lot of things here in Welsh, and you know me for a book. And so I was skimming the shelves to see what was here. And I found this book of Welsh proverbs. And I feel that this is quite fitting to help you realize all is not what it seems. And yet we live in a world of duality. So everything has two sides. Like I share with the numbers, it has empowering and disempowering vibrations. So I'm going to give this a shot in Welsh, so bear with me here. So the proverb I want to share with you in Welsh is Mae tan en gyrfystal ond en elen drwg. What does that mean? It means fire is a good friend, but a bad enemy. Fire can keep you warm, and it can also burn you, scar you. Fire is a number of passion. It can also burn you out. Learn how to play with the fire. Learn how to enjoy the fire and understand, just like the sea, it can take you at any moment. 5 is about expect the unexpected. There is a duality in everything. And there is positive and negative, empowering and disempowering within the 5. The 5 is the number of experience. It's experiential. Feel everything as you move through your day, through your life. As I stand here right now, I can feel my feet sinking into this soft, deep, piled carpet. I can feel the warmth of my lights on me. I can feel a connection with you on the other side of this camera. I can also feel the pain in my body. I laugh when I go to the chiropractor because I say one part of my pain is right where my angel wing stubs would come through. And I have said to her and to the Creator, if I'm getting these wings, please get them through now. It's worse than having a wisdom tooth come through. The wings aren't coming yet. I'm obviously not a good girl. I obviously haven't helped enough people. I obviously haven't smiled enough. I obviously haven't relieved myself of pain. I want to be in the moment without the pain. I've also said I'd like to be here in this time without this body because then I don't feel the pain. But then I won't be able to connect. You won't be able to see me. Now, is that my ego or is that my soul speaking there? No idea. But get into the moment this month. So feel the energy. Acknowledge the energy. Ask yourself, is your world filled with doom and gloom? Or is it all sunshine and rainbows? It needs to be balanced between these. Think of life as a pendulum. If it swings gently, well, life is okay. Not so bad, reasonably good. But then if we have a really good moment, the pendulum picks up a momentum and we can often have a bad moment. And we pick ourselves up and we drop ourselves down, and we pick ourselves up and we drop ourselves down till eventually we learn the lesson, and then the pendulum of life comes back like this again. Without the challenges, we cannot grow. So we need to embrace our challenges. We need to allow them to up-level ourselves. Nothing is a mistake when we get the lesson, when we learn, when we grow, when we evolve. So you need balance. 8 is balanced, 5 is not. However, how can we use this month's energy to get the balance that we need to get us out of this stuck state, to allow us to move forward? It's easy. Look at the numbers. I've said to you the energy is a 14-5. So looking at the numbers, we've got 1. 1 gives us courage and confidence to create the plan for energy. That when we work on this plan, it gives us the adventure. 5 is the experience, experientially learning and growing, evolving. It will bring the freedom. Understanding what freedom means to you is important here, because freedom of nothing is stuck on board and dead. It's freedom of choice. You create the plan to follow what you're passionate about and not what you're not passionate about. Now, some of you may have to start with what you don't want to get to what you do want. Our external world is an illusion. The truth lies in the internal world. 8 suggests we balance the spiritual and the material. And whilst 5 is not intuitive, it is inventive, as is the 1. Yes, we live in a physical world. The 8 is telling us that. But we are not of it. We live in it, but we are not of it. Going within will return us back to source. All that is. Now, the 5 allows you, depending where you are at, to become addicted or to break addiction. Let me ask you, are you addicted to the system, to your government, to the controllers, to your boss, to your insecurities, to your partner, to your pain? Is that addiction serving you? And if not, it's time to break free. Let me ask you, what are you passionate about? What do you need to do to live passionately? Now, talking about this word, I found another book on the shelf, the Encyclopedia of Wales, and I was flicking through it and I recognised a name, Bertrand Russell, and I just skimmed the little piece on him. And this is what I want to share with you. Bertrand Russell was born and died in Wales. He wrote a 3-volume autobiography. We all have a book inside us. In the prologue, he declared 3 passions have governed his life. The first, longing for love. We all came from love. And deep down, we all seek love. And people treat us the way we treat ourselves, which is why I say it's your life, spelled L-Y-F-E. Love yourself first every day. Because when you love yourself, that's how people will treat you, because you won't take things that don't feel loving to you. The second was the search for knowledge. We came here to evolve. That is what we're here to do. And look, hidden in the word evolve is love. Is endless, is always there. And the third was an unbearable pity for the suffering of humanity. Through love, we raise the vibration from fear. We bring the light to cast out the dark. Now, in between making my notes for this, I realised that my Facebook, not that you'd ever listen to Facebook, but most people that I normally see come up, nobody is coming up on my Facebook. And one person, I just thought I would just pop their name in, and it led me to some of her posts. And she shared a post of these 2 young children singing beautifully. I carried on scrolling through, and one of the songs the girl sung was I Drink Wine by Adele. Now, if you recall, back in November 22, I shared some of the lyrics, and I'm going to share them again with an added line. So here's me in November 22. You may think that you are just you, just one person, just a pawn in the game of chess. But you have more power than you know. Because if you understand the game of chess, the pawn can become any piece. I would love to play this video, but obviously I do not have the copyrights. The song is from Adele and it's called I Drink Wine. And I want to focus on just some of the lines, but I highly recommend when you finish watching my video, you go along and listen to this. She starts off singing, how can one become so bounded by choices that somebody else's make? How can we? When did we let go of our vision, our destiny, our dreams, just to fit in and belong in a system that is failing us? The next line, how come we've both become a version of a person we don't even like? How can you like the person you become because it's not the person you are? With numerology, and I do readings, consultations and mentorships, but with numerology, it's the guidebook of who you are. If you follow that, if you understand, you have everything set in place for the designer lifestyle you chose in this lifetime. You have everything set in place for abundance and joy. Further on, they say to play hard, you work hard, find balance in sacrifice. And yet I don't know anybody who's truly satisfied. If you feel you've got to work hard, it's effort and it's going to drain you. This is why I say when you do what you love, it doesn't deplete you. It empowers you. Using the passion of the A energy will allow you to bring forth the things you want to manifest in your world. The chorus goes, so I hope I learn to get over myself. Stop trying to be somebody else. That's what I'm saying. Who are you being to fit in when you really need to stand out? That's a better way of belonging. Become the light. Shine bigger, bolder, brighter and better. Become the inspiration. 8 is the number of leadership. The chorus continues. So we can love each other for free.
Everybody else wants something. You just want me. Have you noticed that people are in your life until they've got what they want and then they disperse? I certainly have. And these last few years have really brought that to the forefront. When you become you, you will attract people like you. And you are the value of the 5 people that you share your life with. Another verse. Why am I obsessing about the things I can't control? Why am I seeking approval from people I don't even know? Let me ask you, why? Why are you worried about everybody else and at the same time negating yourself? Own your power. Get balance in your life. Don't let somebody else or something else control you. And that includes money. This month is the money number. It is about finances and you do need to get them in order. But do you really need everything that you have? Not everything needs to be in the black mirror. Right at the end, she starts talking and she starts, the only regret I have. If you live your life in your power, true to your numerology, you go with the flow of the energy, there won't be regrets. There'll be lessons. There'll be growth. You'll find the silver lining. When you become the CEO of you, when you stand in your power, everything is out there waiting for you. 8 is about money, but the true currency is energy. Treat your energy like you would money. Budget it, save it, find ways to increase it, invest it where you know you will get a return, etc. When you place value on your energy like you would any other form of currency, you will be surprised at how much changes in your reality. Our energy is our true currency. Money is just symbolic for exchange of energy. This is why you pay attention. The system is using money and finance, inflation, cost, lack, etc. against us. Don't waste your energy on things that aren't investing in you and your well-being, you and your family, you and your life. Go within and find the power. Stand in your power. Become your power. Become your truth.
Now for the line that I didn't share last time that I want to share this time. We're in love with the world, but the world just wants to bring us down by putting ideas in our heads that corrupt our hearts somehow. The ideas put in our head come from the black box, from the TV, from the iPhone or the smartphone or any kind of gadget that has a black screen. What is important to you? You came here to do something. The reason I share my videos with you is firstly to remind us all that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Secondly, we chose to come here to raise the vibration and to help guide the fallen angels back home. Many people don't believe in God and they don't believe in Satan. But there are people that do, and that energy is out there and it does influence. We cannot eradicate energy, it can only transmute. People can be involved in the same thing and see 2 different perspectives. Is your glass half empty or half full? And finally, to realize that we are all one, source energy. And as we deveil the beliefs, we will see good God. How we each do this is to accept we chose to be here in this life. Are you ready for this month's Adventurous 5? Are you ready for this month's freedom? The 8 is infinite. What goes around comes around. The 8, we reap what we sow. You have an opportunity to look at what you've sown, and if it is not taken, it's time to resort those seeds. What you put out, you get back. What you seek will find you. This will make sense when you stop seeing good and bad and you see the lessons that you can grow and evolve from. Do things this month that you have not done before. Do things this month that you have said one day, when I retire one day, if only one day. Make this month the month, at least one day, where you do something that you've been putting off, where you do something different. And if you've been doing the same thing over and over, do it differently, even if it is how you go to work. If you live in an apartment like I do and you take the lift, take the stairs, this leaves me to remind you that you could feel very scattered this month with this energy. No different to a 3, but this is an energy that might make you addictive. So look at what you want to change, embrace it, see it as an adventure, and if you want to run away, then do so. It's a great time for a holiday, for a vacation, for a retreat, or something just to get you out of the rat race. If you can get out of this rat race, if you can learn to say no when you want to and yes when you want to, you can change so many things in your life that it will begin to feel like a designer lifestyle. If you want to know more, do know that I do readings, consultations and mentorships. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you are looking to understand while you have aches and pains, it lies in your numerology. Knowing your numerology can help you clear blocks, follow your passion, and light up the world. And that's what we're here to do, raise the vibration. Even on a day like today, where it has rained on and off like a waterfall, and where it was hot yesterday afternoon and freezing the day before, we need to become the regular spirit. We need to become the sunshine. We need to light up the world. And when we can do that, those manipulating our weather might stop doing it, and the world will just be better. Yes, I do live in a world where I want to see better things, but it's so much better than living in a world of all this doom and gloom. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the doom and gloom does get to me, but I believe the power is shifting. We're going to see some big shifts this month, and by August, when we get another karmic debt of the 16-7, I think we might see some big things fall. September brings us the double whammy of the 8, so there could be a big switch of power. October ushers in the 9 energy, and next year is going to be a big year of transformation, a year of forgiveness, and we get a taster of that in October. It's interesting that I mentioned that this year is going to be known as the year of elections. 50 to 60 countries having an election. The UK has theirs in July. America has theirs set for November. Will these elections just be something for show? Because is there something better coming along for us, the people? Thank you for watching. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, and push that bell for notifications, and share my videos, whether you share them on Facebook, by email, on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever. Let's start raising this vibration. Let's start finding a way, even if you're in the UK, of how to deal with our election that's being rushed through and no independence can be out there for us. Let's find a way to unite. Let's find a way to stand in our sovereignty. Let's make the changes that we want to see. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Love and hugs to you all, and thank you so much for your lovely messages over the last month when I went missing.